Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Because We Are in the Morning. Technically,
in the morning.
The Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying?
Can you say that?
But
legally?
Yeah, nigga. They
Talking about the movie.
Yeah,
right. There you go.
Wait, which one would get us in more trouble? Calling ourselves the Breakfast Club from the movie, or the Breakfast Club? You know,
it's a Saturday morning too.
The mother people. Yeah,
I think people forget
Saturday
that.
Maybe
morning.
we should do air quotes.
Yeah, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wink,
the
wink.
Breakfast Gang.
The Breakfast Gang. Brunch Club.
Yo, real quick, I listened to DDG's album. Do y'all remember that whole thing that was going on with like when he dropped that song about Hallie? Or it was allegedly about Hallie.
Yes.
But he was talking about how he's like, yeah, like, yo, you know, why you on the promos and shit kissing a dude? Like, you don't know how that makes me feel.
It was kind of, yeah. So that.
Yeah. I listened to that album and it's actually not bad. It made me like, it triggered some thoughts in me that had me thinking that I was like, you know what? Maybe he has a point. I was like, think about this for a second, right? Is it okay for like, oh, actually, I'll make it a general question. If your significant other had a chance to be in a movie with like a sex scene, would y'all like be okay with that?
You kind of gotta be.
It depends on if she's serious about acting.
I said the same thing.
Or and it also depends on how excited she is to do this scene.
Or
Don't be too happy.
and it matters who, bro. You can't. I'm sorry, Michael B. Jordan. Nah, we not doing that. You got to do one with somebody weird. You got to do it with like Joaquin Phoenix.
Jonathan Major?
Nope, absolutely not.
Like what? I said the same thing. I was like, it can't be your first acting gig. Like you gotta already have stuff going for you. Like this can't be the first opportunity that you're like jumping at. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be like a sex scene. But then I thought about how, like, to DDG's point, rappers talk about like being with other people all the time. You know, it's just like part of the like, you know, bravado. It's part of the like the image, you know, like even though you got somebody you into, you know, like having a bunch of other people is like, oh, that's cool, you know, like, oh, he got bitches, right? So it's like, if he can't rap about that, like if he raps about that, people gonna look at him crazy. But nobody looks at like Hallie crazy for holding that white man's hand at the red carpet. Balls. I didn't know he showed his balls. I thought it was just he was holding the hand on the promo and stuff like that, right?
No, there's a extended cut on Little Mermaid. Or maybe I clicked on the wrong link. I don't know.
Yeah, you was watching the Little Mermaid. Something completely different.
Little Mermaid takes whale.
Stop, bro. There's some weird stuff out there though. Like there's some weird stuff. Like, and I've seen on like Twitter, and I'm like not happy. I'm not gonna say it here, but like there's some weird stuff. Like I'm sure y'all might know the video I'm talking about.
Fan fiction?
No, not even fan fiction. Just like real stuff of people doing some weird things with things involving the sea, like sea critters. I'm not sure if y'all have ever like stumbled upon those.
I have. Yeah.
You have, right?
It's rough.
It's
rough.
really bad.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad. And
but then you gotta think about like, what does the sea creature think about this? Like, do they even like register?
do they like it? All right, we gotta.
Was it 4 minutes in?
Aquaman.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, what you think he'd be doing down there?
You know what I'm saying? He go there a lot. He got a whole wife and kid on the land. He be in the ocean a lot.
Yeah, it's the deep. I feel like the deep is. All right, yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Because We Are episode 73. I'm here with my boy at Gobbo _. I'm Tren Dollars, and we here with call.me.hard in the building. How y'all feeling today, man? You feeling all right?
Feeling real good.
Good. Ready to get back to potting?
Feeling real good. Rejuvenated.
Yeah, another week off. Want to let y'all know we taking another week off next week.
Yeah.
Going to see my man's Dames in Miami, so we're gonna be chopping it up out there.
Jet skiing.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, I'm not actually. You know what? I'm kind of scared of jet skiing, bro. I don't want to get in an accident on vacation. Like that would be like
That'd suck.
yeah. Even though I've done a jet ski before and it's kind of cool, but like
Yeah, jet skiing's fun.
You had the vest on?
yeah, of course.
Pussy.
I can't swim that well.
Pussy.
I'm pussy having a vest on.
I'm not doing it either though. That's
Yeah, I don't
that
think
shit
you've
is
been
the-
jet skied before, so let's start there. How about that? Yeah, I bet you haven't even done it before.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
And I definitely would. I would look like Jay-Z out there with the helmet on. You know what I'm saying? With the helmet and the vest. You know
Safety
what I mean?
first.
Yeah, safety first, bro. That shit
And
is
some knee
crazy.
pads.
Wearing a helmet on a jet ski is wild.
Listen,
You're not. What are you going to follow, bro?
another jet ski. The fuck?
Stay away from the jet skis, man.
If you, I promise you, if you make contact with another jet ski going at full speed, it doesn't matter if you have a helmet or not, bro. You got swine. You are probably dead.
Yeah,
you are probably dead.
You need a
That's a
neck
fact.
brace. Speaking of other things I've seen on Twitter, y'all seen that video of that jet ski accident that happened? It was like a couple years ago. That girl got like beheaded.
No, hell no.
Oh my
It's
god,
not
no,
funny,
I've never
but-
seen that.
I was
definitely
getting ready to
chuckled
say
just now.
another word, and I was like,
nah,
that-
you definitely chuckled.
no,
You gotta
I'm
pause at
laughing
least.
I
at
wasn't
my
even a
word choice.
chuckle. That was a full-on laugh. Struggled to make it through the word.
No, it wasn't. It's not that. It's
Nigga said
the
beheaded with a chuckle, bro. Like that's crazy.
no.
LOL.
It's like that word. It's- Stop, because you're making it look like something it's not. It's the word choice. I was gonna choose the other word. Don't say it because I feel like we gotta practice. Like
D word.
now, yeah, the D word. Somehow beheaded sounds a little bit more playful than like the D word. You know what I'm saying? Like that other word sounds way too intense.
Yeah, it just sounds like you sick or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
he's been beheaded. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like dignified. It's what you would put in the obituary and shit like that.
Yeah. Could you put that in the obituary?
No.
Yeah.
Probably not.
You don't put the cause of death in the obituary.
You haven't seen some of the obituaries from the funerals I've been to, but all right.
It's like, yo, who typed this, bro? It's like, why'd you put the go? Do we really need to know he got jumped? Like, is this how we want to remember Charles?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, I know y'all didn't ask, but I'm doing well. Y'all gotta start asking how I'm doing, man. Y'all gotta start loving me more on this pod, bro.
I actually do have a problem with that. I'm not a follow-upper. Like, someone will say, like, how's the family, how's the kids? And I'll start telling them, but I will not ask you. And I do think it's a problem.
I'm the same.
Because,
Me
like,
too.
I don't
I
think
think
you
it's just
actually...
because maybe I don't like small talk, and I'm just trying to get out of that small talk conversation and into what we're, into the meat and potatoes.
I don't even think you actually asked me to know. You asked me so that I could ask you. But I always...
Not true.
I always...
I don't think that.
I always forget.
That's hot.
That's too deep.
Really?
Yeah.
If
That's
I'm
too
wrong...
deep into it.
I don't-
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So, like, when someone asks you, hey, how you doing? How's the family? They're not expecting you to also ask them?
If you're thinking that far ahead, it's like you're
Bro.
thinking about why they're asking you about you.
Not like I think there's anything wrong with that. I just think that's how you continue the conversation. No, yeah, everybody's good. How about you? Right? Like, no, I don't know. My brain just goes in another direction and I'll start telling you and then I'll forget to ask you. It happens all the time. I don't know. I feel bad about it.
That and I know we pod, and maybe we're supposed to, but like we talk every day, so I know how you're doing. I know how you've been, but I get it. I get it. Yeah, but I get it. I get it.
To the people, we ain't talking 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that's it. Just
Yeah.
it just doesn't click right away for me when we know.
But how are you, T?
But I'll get it. Don't worry.
Yeah. How are you, T?
I'm good, man.
No, we're past it. No, we can just move on. We can start.
I'm actually, yo, I've been pretty, I've been like diving into like right wing media because I feel like it's important to right now. Like it's every now and again I'll like go see what my outside of my algorithm is saying because I feel like you miss out on a lot. We've definitely talked about like the bubble of like information of like if you're not actively looking for things, you're just never going to see it because your algorithm's not going to show it to you. And like, it kind of puts you in that bubble, and it's kind of weird. So I've been like looking into like other like types of media that I wouldn't normally see. And I recently found out about this, basically like a scam school. It's called like PragerU. Have y'all heard of this? PragerU?
Yep.
You know what it is?
Absolutely.
You know PragerU?
Never
I
heard of
do.
that.
Yeah,
right.
For some, I guess it's because I live in North Carolina.
Right.
Like when you move someplace regionally that is a bit more conservative, your YouTube ads be crazy for a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
No, I feel that. I get a lot of Miami-based stuff here too.
They try to recruit you.
Yeah, they do.
Definitely.
They
you
do.
get it too. Like, I mean, you're in Miami, which is like the, you know, the
Y'all got the DeSantis,
more-
bro. Like y'all are like a hotbed.
yeah. But the rest of Florida is just like nuts. Like people forget that Florida is like deep south.
Yeah, it is.
It's very
The
much
deepest.
deep
Well,
south.
I don't know about the deepest actually, but it's very deep.
Yeah, it's deep south. Like it's not just Miami, bro. Like you can like Miami, but like yeah.
So what's this PragerU?
PragerU, it's actually not a university. Like it sounds like a college though, right? Like, it sounds like a school, like PragerU. Like you're thinking like, oh, that's like a high school or whatever.
Yeah, university,
But it's
yeah.
not. They have it on their website. It's not an accredited university, nor do we claim to be. We don't offer degrees, but we provide educational, entertaining, pro-American videos for every age.
Stop right there.
View counts represent cumulative views. Oh, that's not important. But yo,
Stop right there. I'm glad you brought this up because of things that we're going to talk about later.
yeah.
This is a really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
great precursor to that. But go ahead.
Yeah, I want to just play out some clips, like just things that I saw. They have like these 5-minute clips
Yeah.
on their website.
It's like Barstool or something, like their version of Barstool.
They might as well
And
be.
they just call it like PragerU.
But they're definitely positing themselves as a conservative school that teaches traditional values. Like that is their marketing.
Right.
That is 100%
like the
their
website is like legit.
but it's not that.
No. It has an infrastructure as it like they play these clips. Like y'all gonna hear these clips. I'm gonna play
Play that.
a minute, like some things. So let me set it up. So I'm gonna play it for you. This is Leo and Layla meet Christopher Columbus. Basically, for like setup, this dude's like doing like a homework assignment. And as you know, Columbus Day has been like renamed Indigenous Peoples Day.
Right.
And it kind of like surrounds itself around that. He's doing like this report and he's like, you know, he's like a confused kid. He's got to be like, I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely like a kid in middle school. And his sister comes in and is like, hey, what's wrong, chum? And like, you know, they get into this conversation. So I'm going to play 2 clips and like just listen to how wild this shit is.
Oh, hey. What's up with the face? You look stressed. I'm just doing some research. Was today weird for you?
Yeah, how'd you guess?
Columbus Day.
Or Native American Day, or Indigenous Peoples Day? It's weird, right?
Yeah, some of the teachers at my school really don't like Christopher Columbus and don't think he should have a holiday,
Don't
but
like.
some do.
It's the same with my teachers, and even some kids got into arguments about it today. You finding any good info?
Kinda, but it's real mixed. The side against Columbus says he was a really mean guy who spread slavery, disease, and violence to people who would have been better off if he'd never gone to the New World.
Yep.
Ouch.
I know, but the side for him says he was a really courageous guy who loved exploring, inspired generations, and spread Christianity and Western civilization to people who really benefited from new ways of thinking
What kind
and
of
doing
evil
things.
That sounds really
PBS
good.
after school
I
special
know.
shit is this, you know?
What do you think? Which side is right?
I don't know. It seems really complicated, but both sides are just giving their opinions.
Bare opinions. How about you ask the people that actually went through that shit, right? So hold on. So basically, I want to know. It's a little kid. He's using a laptop. He's obviously a white kid. He has blue hair, you know, but he has like a free thinker sticker on his laptop with the PragerU symbol on it. Like this website has like, I wish I could see this video too. Y'all can look it up. Like this is free information. Y'all can see this. Leo and Layla meets Christopher Columbus. But I'm gonna play this last clip and then we can get into the conversation. But basically, yeah, he's doing this assignment or whatever, and somehow gets thrown 500 years back into the time of Christopher Columbus, talking about the dilemmas and stuff. So this is him talking to Christopher Columbus.
I had reached India, or at least the Far East.
So So what happened when you
What
met
the
the
fuck?
native
Why are you
people
talking like
who
that?
obviously discovered the land before you did? The Indians?
The first people we met were great. The Taino. They
Bro,
were
it gets so much
peaceful,
worse.
curious,
Hell,
and
shut up,
really
my nigga
helpful.
Ty.
I could tell right away that they were highly intelligent. They even were able to quickly mimic everything we said to them. I ordered my men to treat them well.
What?
I'm sorry, Mr. Columbus, but I heard at school that you spoiled paradise and you brought slavery and murder to peaceful people.
Leo,
Sorry. It's what I read and heard at school.
Caramba! Those are some accusations. The place I discovered was beautiful, but it wasn't exactly a paradise of civilization, and the native people were far from peaceful.
but you just said the Taino were peaceful.
They pretty much are, but there are other tribes who aren't. The Taino I
The
had
music
met had
changed.
cuts and scars and bruises all over them. I asked why, and they told me about the Caribs, who are vicious, warring cannibals.
Cannibals? Like they
Eat people, see,
Whoa,
right?
See.
This
Hey,
nigga did
all
not
the
speak
things
Spanish.
that are bad in the world
The
I come
fuck?
from, jealousy, lying,
Fake ass
murder,
Antonio
war,
Banderas.
it all exists in the land I just found too.
What the fuck?
But in Europe, we draw the line at
Almost
things
over.
like eating people and human sacrifice. Some of the native folks from where I just left do those things regularly. So, these people in your time who think it was a peaceful paradise are misinformed. Or lying.
yeah, but what about slavery? You didn't deny that.
Deny? No. Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world.
It's cool, man.
Even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no?
Oh my god.
I don't see the problem.
Oh
well,
my
in
god.
our time, we view
I
slavery
don't
as
see the
being
problem.
evil and terrible.
Ah, magnifico. That's wonderful. I am glad humanity has reached such a time. But you said you're from 500 years in the future? How can you come here to the 15th century and judge me by your standards from the 21st century? For those in the future to look back and do this is,
Oh, God.
well, estúpido.
Are you calling me dumb?
Certainly not.
He is. So yeah, he's talking, he's shit, and bro, they show this
That's
in
crazy.
schools. Like this is not a school, but they showed these types of clips in schools.
Yep.
Bro, I just like think about kids are already probably confused with everything that's going on, but like this just takes the cake, man. And to like
That's awful.
market yourself like as you're like, yo, listen, we're not a school. So you can't,
Yeah.
you know, you can't sue us, but we're not a
Yeah.
school. But this is very much like school education, and it's very kid friendly. Like this is the type of, it's like the other clips that they used to show us in school. What was it like? Something pop. Remember that stuff in school, Damon? Like they used to show us.
I remember the I'm just a bill.
Capitol
the bill
Hill?
that's sitting at Capitol Hill.
That was your era. I don't think I remember seeing
Yeah,
that,
that was
either.
what was it called?
My school was
Schoolhouse
very
Rock?
underfunded.
There we go.
So
There we go. They had some shit
They had
from
those new
1974 for sure.
Yeah. So
that sounded like some type of shit they would show you at like the DARE program to make you not do drugs.
Yeah.
yeah, bro. This website, it's PragerU. I'm not like watch it
Fuck
for to see what is going on, but like, bro, that is just so evil, bro. To just
So
be like showing
I
this. to kids.
actually, again, I don't mind having alternative views or an alternative narrative, right? Because yeah, you can do that. I'm sure everything that we've heard from both sides has a little bit of gray in it, right? I've always kind of been fascinated by the fact that a lot of you can look at the same evidence and draw different conclusions, right? Based on
Right.
the evidence gathered. So I actually don't mind this whole thing with PragerU and stuff like that. I just think that assigning yourself to a narrative before you hear it, or having that be the basis for how you move about your life, is just, I just don't think an intelligent person would do that. The same way you found PragerU, just to go over there and see what they're talking about, right? And just like, I think everyone should do that. You know what I mean? I think you should get as many sources of information as possible. And yeah, at that point, draw your own conclusions, because there's a little bit of lies in all the truth, and there's a little bit of truth in all those lies. So, you know, that's how I've kind of always seen it. But
It just makes me think about like do we think that, like, when you think about the idea of schools, I'm gonna make it general real quick. You think about schools, it feels like almost like a scam, yo. Like, you have to like trust. And I don't have children, so this might be different, like, standpoint, but I don't know how that whole process goes. How maybe you can explain it, because it's like you have to trust that them teachers and that school system is properly educating your kids.
Yeah,
and it's like, how can you be so sure? I've had teachers that have went off the rails sometimes. I don't know about y'all, but I've had some teachers that have kind of like gone off the.
What's the wildest thing that a teacher exposed you to? Never mind. Just answer the question. Answer the question. How you
I went
heard
to
it.
PC. You got to chill with that.
Just get it out your mind, man.
It was one time at like camp.
All right, I'll go first then. Fuck it.
Yeah.
My damn, and I can't remember his name. It was either Mr. Jacobs or something like that. I'm in high school. I'm in junior high in 2003, right? So the war in Iraq had just started, so a lot of us had questions about that. And
oh man,
yeah, he was the first person that ever said the words "war makes dough." That's what he said. He yelled it out. He was just like, "War makes dough." And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, it leads to destruction, people dying and stuff like that. How does war make money? And he broke it down. When wartime comes, the way the taxes work, the way the budgets work, they're all like, you get a lot of stuff funded from taxpayer money during wartime. That's how a lot of people get rich, especially manufacturers, weapon manufacturers, you know, the metal industry. Like there's a lot of money to be made off of war, right? And I had never even considered that as like a possibility, and that kind of threw me down a whole rabbit hole. And that was you know, just one of those things where, you know, at that point you're just seeing on TV, oh my God, this is so dangerous. Oh my God, this man is so, you know, we got to do something about this. And, you know, news cycle and the propaganda and stuff like that. And shit, they start making movies about it, right? They make Jarhead, they make 6 Days in Fallujah, whatever, you know what I mean? And they pump you with all this information about how we're the good guys and those are the bad guys, and you know, you gotta like go get them and stuff like that. So it's important that you do have people that'll give you a different perspective on those things.
You need to kind of, I got two things actually. One was from a history teacher, one was from an English teacher. From an English teacher, I went to a Catholic school. For those listening that don't know, I went to a Catholic school up until college. My English teacher basically told me that God doesn't exist. Like, he was like, God is like a concept. But it's like, it's wild being a Catholic school teacher and saying that.
That is pretty
you know
wild.
what I mean? It's like, that's a little, or like, another English teacher has said that like the Bible is like the greatest piece of literature to ever exist. And like basically kind of said to view it as that. It's a book. Like it's literature. You know, it's like every type of tale is in that book. And like that's a interesting, that's not like as crazy as like saying like, oh God, it's a concept. I'm like, that's a whole other thing. But the other thing was the history teacher. I don't know why he used these types of words, but he basically like he was describing like olden days and how like, you know, cavemen were procreating and stuff like that. He basically said bread makes people horny. That was like his whole thing. He was like, food makes people horny, and that's why we, you know, like back in the day, that's like what it was. They would, you know, they would eat and they'd have sex.
Fuck. Eat, fuck.
Yeah.
Eat and fuck.
And we still do that. He was kind of right.
Bread, wine, and sex.
Yeah.
Bread, wine, sex. Little
true.
charcuterie board.
It's true. What do you do to go on dates? You go out to eat, right?
You go eat, yeah.
And then maybe, you got to feed them first. We're so they're terrible, man.
Simple beings.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, why does it all have to be so complicated? It's because of the choices. That's what it is. It's like the type of food is like what it is. Back in the day, you get it off with an apple. It's like, yo, I bought you this apple, babe. You know, like now you gotta take it a roof, Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just, because apple's not gonna cut it no more.
Put extra mom.
Yeah, but it got me thinking. All that stuff is just like sometimes I'm like, school kind of is. It feels almost like a scam, like just the whole idea of it. You know,
I absolutely believe so. As you said, you guys don't have kids. I have 2 kids. I don't know. Maybe it was because I had a very different idea about, especially like higher universities, like college and stuff like that. Honestly, for me, for my kids, I want them to go to college, absolutely, and I want them to get a higher education. But I am also going to let them know that everything that they teach you in college is not useful. Not only that, but like college is a business choice. Don't take out a loan for something that you can learn on your own, essentially. You know what I mean? Like my daughter was thinking about going to culinary school as a form of higher education. I'm like, you can teach yourself to cook. You don't need to go to college to learn how to cook. You know what I mean? It's honestly, I was in audio school for a little bit. Places like Full Sail, places like those like audio music schools and stuff like that. Scam, complete scam. There's nothing.
Those
other,
are all scams.
Yeah, there's nothing other to call it. I mean,
was that film school in New York, the New York Film Academy?
Yeah, all like that, bro. Scams, bro. That shit is not useful, like whatsoever.
Most of that, yeah, especially higher education. I know a lawyer who says don't go to law school.
They be just as expensive. Like going to those. I remember Full Sail came to my high school, bro. Them should be just as expensive as going to school normally.
It was $55K when I was looking to attend, and like still a 4-year education. So we're talking about like $200,000 before you ever step. And then audio engineers don't make $200,000 in 4 years. Like that's just like that is like, well, I mean, obviously you can, but like most don't. You know what I mean? Like you should be able to, however much that school costs, you should be able to make that money back with that degree in that same year. And if you can't, then it's not worth it.
You're not graduating at film school at 22 and then going on to win an Oscar within your next 2-3 years.
Right.
It just doesn't happen.
It just don't happen.
It doesn't happen. In this industry, like that film industry, you probably won't hit your prime until your 40s.
Yeah. And I know many people with 4-year degrees, master's programs, all that stuff, that are still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? In their 30s.
That's the conversation that Neil had with me before I went to go, when I was trying to go get my master's. He had that talk with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's real stuff. But the other side of the things is, like, I think about the schools that I went to, and I'm like, damn, sometimes it doesn't even feel like a real school. Like the last graduating class of my like middle school was like 9 kids. So I was like, damn, all this shit kind of feels like are they winging it? Like
it's just the front. It's just the front, man. It was laundering money.
Tax free.
Under the school name.
Yeah, they got a church right next to the school.
And more in a lot of these states, you'd be surprised with what you can get away with. Like there is, like you said about this PragerU University, there is no law that says you can't just completely make up a school.
None.
Let's go back a couple years ago.
Shout out to Dr. Umar.
I mean, yeah, he had everybody following his ways of the Umar, fucking going in the backyard, picking up grass and shit out the fucking ground.
Nigga said he was gonna teach them farming. Fuck.
Yeah. And if
nigga, all you need to do is go to Home Depot.
Dead ass. And if you looked even back a couple years ago, we had fucking Bishop Sycamore go up against IMG Academy, the most highly touted school in the entire nation with the most fucking. I had to look up the alumni for like this school, and like this school goes back like 60 some odd years. The peak of peak athleticism to even qualify to be in this school, you have to be D1 coming out of your junior year of coming out of like 7th, 8th grade for you to even be considered going to this school. Like, and then for a team like Bishop Sycamore, which doesn't even exist. I'm not sure if you guys watched the BS High doc.
Are you talking about IMG was the D1 type? IMG is
yeah. IMG is like the legit school that basically Bishop Sycamore was trying to be, bro. They have a whole they have professional facilities at this high school. It's like Zoe 101, basically. IMG Academy is like Zoe 101. Yeah, it's basically that for athletes.
Did y'all see that game for real? Like when it was on?
I wasn't watching it. I was following it on Twitter though.
I was too.
Okay.
Like while it was happening. Okay. And laughing my fucking ass off,
bro. Like that's like the most intense thing that I've seen in a long time. Hilarious though, and I like it was hilarious at first, but now once it started getting deeper into it, you're like, yo, that's just so sad, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
So for anybody who doesn't know, we're talking about the BS High doc that is on Max. We recently all watched it, and it all left us speechless. I actually saw it for a second time last night because I just had to fucking see it again. Outside of the fact that it's very entertaining, it's a very well-made doc as well.
For real.
The producers and the director did an amazing job interviewing all the players and everybody involved, the coaches, and then the superstar himself,
Roy Johnson.
Leroy Johnson.
I'm scared of that man.
Leroy, bro.
I am scared of that man, bro. Like, did you see his face? Like, he looked so, like, intense. His lip was quivering with, like...
He took a body language class before he got there and admitted to it the moment he sat down.
And then completely failed the test. As soon as he got to the state exam, he completely fumbled it.
I don't think he knows what a hot mic is. Like, I don't think he knows that once you step on set and it's a doc, they're more than likely recording the moment that you step on set.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. As soon as they hook you up to a mic, it's recording.
All you got to do is watch Love and Hip Hop. Every time they say don't, like, cut the cameras, turn the cameers, they never turn the cameras off.
Yeah, the camera's not going off. Yeah, why would they turn it off now? Think
God.
about it. Even from they're gonna keep going. Is he like? I think he might be like the best scammer I've seen in the last couple years. Like in terms of,
I mean, let's go through it.
Yeah,
He started off taking advantage of the church. That's how the whole thing started.
Gangster.
Yeah.
Telling people to take down life insurance policies and, put it towards the church, shit like that.
Yeah.
Takes all that money, funds his football team, right? Goes out and tells us that, hey, I'm using Suge Knight lines from the fucking MTV Music Awards when he was dissing P. Diddy and shit to get these underserved, underprivileged kids from off the streets that I just see playing football. I'm looking for 2 light poles and some kids playing football on the streets. That's the target.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
He used the same recruiting method as Rick Moranis in Little Giants. I don't know if y'all remember that movie, that Disney movie. But he literally was just going around the neighborhood and looking for kids playing football. Some of them wasn't even playing football.
Scooping them off. Found the biggest kids that he could find. They said, like, any kids that had issues at home, they weren't going to school, they didn't have the grades, they didn't have the money. Those are the kids that they were looking for. Because they knew that those were the parents that would be willing to send these kids off. The kids that were just looking for some final chance. Yeah. And that's honestly the saddest part of this entire thing. Yeah. I know maybe not all of the kids were like, I feel bad for, like, especially the older ones.
Yeah, bro.
Let me not say kids, actually.
Yeah, because these are men at this point. Like, you grown.
He took he took some guys that were playing JUCO ball, bro. It was sophomores in college and brought them back. Yeah. So he said that we were a high school / prep school hybrid.
Yeah, never.
That doesn't exist.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, bro. The fact that he was able to get this off is just amazing, and especially when you think about it, like when you're telling people about this, and then they're like, "Oh, what state?" and you're like, "Oh, Ohio." They're like, "Okay, that makes sense."
Probably.
Like, when you think about like Ohio.
Now, to be fair though, LeBron also started his school in Ohio. Like, so this is kind of a thing that this is a play that people run in Ohio. Apparently, not saying LeBron, didn't do the right thing.
Yeah, but his school had graduates.
Fair.
It said 2019 graduates, 0. 2020 graduates, 0. 2021 graduates, 0. They said in the final year, they had 3 kids enrolled for the school.
Yep. So I actually have a bit of a different take, believe it or not.
What, you think he's right?
I don't think he was right. And I actually argued with wifey about it last night.
I'm just thinking about, when I think about arguing, I think about it being fiery. I'm like, I got heated over
It got pretty heated. I ain't gonna lie. It got pretty heated. I was clapping my hands and shit. Yeah, it was intense. So how, how old, Dave Chappelle has that old joke, how old is 15 really? Right?
Mm-hmm.
some of them kids knew what was going on. Some of them kids knew what was going on, and they were down with the play, and they knew what the play was.
One of them that was being interviewed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know which one I'm talking?
He looked
that nigga Pahookie, bro.
Yeah.
He kinda, Pahookie with the dreads.
And when he heard what Pahookie said, he was like, "You?"
This son of a bitch. This motherfucker. We still trying to get this little motherfucker in school.
He was hot, bro. He was hot. He wasn't feeling Pahookie.
You gotta scam the scammer, right?
Yeah, that's how
Pahookie was telling the crate. Pahookie was throwing him under the bus.
Bro.
He was
that
like,
shit was wicked.
He was telling stories about how he was beating up his girlfriend in front of the whole team. Yeah. It was a story. Remember the story about the geese?
Yo.
He said, hold on. Pahookie was like, yo, we was driving the bus in the morning, and there was 5 geese on the road. Man, Roy started speeding up. He said, I gotta show you niggas what it's like to go to war.
Yeah, that shit was
and he said, I love the smell of blood in the morning. Then he put the car in reverse.
Bro, first of all,
yo, this nigga Pahookie is a menace, bro.
First of all, if I do that, y'all better not tell nobody I did that. If I do that shit, y'all better not tell nobody I did that shit, my niggas. Yeah, like, come on, son.
Oh my god.
Let me get my shit off, bro.
Pahookie.
No, but honestly, man, I think some of them kids knew what was going on. Not all of them, but again, first of all, you have to ask yourself, what is a school, right? What is a school?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is a school? Like you said, there's no difference between what he did and what IMG Academy is, but with the money and resources that is necessary to get it off. So he said early on, my whole mantra is to do what the rich people do, the people with the money do, even if you don't have the money. Because the play is the same. We're not a school first. We're not an academic program. You're not going to come here and get a very cohesive education. You're coming here to play football. And the same thing is true with college, you know what I mean? And again, we talked about the church earlier. We talked about how these things get funded, right? Mm-hmm. There was a time, I'm sure, where Duke University was just 10 niggas. Like, I'm sure that there was a point where it was just 10 niggas like, yo, we just gonna read these books ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of how these start. These, like, what was an HBCU? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was
I remember hearing stories about when Coach K was renting out apartments under kids' names, and when they got evicted, it would go on the kids' record. I remember when Coach K was doing that back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. Now, was it scummy?
Taking out PPP loans.
It was,
yes. $20,000. Even after you told him to get rid of the information.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Running a game.
Coach K definitely got niggas social. He does. I don't care what nobody say. He definitely got niggas socials. But again, I don't know. There was a movie called There Will Be Blood. I actually heard of it and I've seen clips of it. But essentially the movie, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it. It was about a dude just like Roy Johnson. He was a scammer. That was his whole thing. He wasn't no high-level businessman. He wasn't a great thinker. He was somebody with a lot of ambition and would lie to your face. And that's how he got his shit off. You know what I mean?
He said it. I'm not going to lie about something I could prove.
But I'm not going to tell the truth about something you can't.
That's hard. That's kind of hard. I'm not going to hold you. He might be right about that one. He might be right about that one.
Yeah, no. He said himself.
He said he was Hannibal from the A-Team.
Yeah, he himself is a scumbag. But as he said, did it not work? Like, it was, you know what I'm saying? What was?
I got y'all recording me right now.
What was the movie?
Ultimately,
the idea was actually The Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? It was some Joker shit. It was like, I proved what I needed to prove. It's like this, y'all stopping me was never part of that was never part of the thing.
Yeah.
The point was always to get
there was
these
multiple
kids,
times that they could have stopped Roy.
right?
Yeah.
There were so many chances to stop him.
That's
like
what I'm
when
saying, bro.
that coach that was around from the very beginning, and then Roy tried to act like he didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And then the guy's surprised, like, "Hey, the clown on the TV here. Like, got the investigators there. Nobody, the guy making the schedule, nobody questioned the school enough to even look into it a little bit. Like, bro, you make schedules for a living.
Yeah.
They wanted to see
you've
if that
never
shit
heard
would
of this school before? Like,
they wanted to see if that shit would work. That's what it was. I think people knew the scam, but just wanted to see if he could actually pull it off. Like, some of those people actually was just like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna be attached to it. Yeah. But like, if he can get that off, you know.
Yeah, that's ill. Like, honestly, like this again,
like other coaches.
His idea was to
nobody cares about the kids.
His idea was to get film of them playing against legitimate teams.
That pissed me off too.
Listen, maybe I'm stupid. I don't know, but I'm like,
when the film crew gets scammed.
ACLs. Yeah,
nigga, when the film crew got scammed, when them two guys, I feel bad for them.
But again, you have people that were complicit in it that are otherwise intelligent people. You can't tell me that they didn't know what was like this is bullshit.
They
like
said they knew, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, they rented out the arena type thing with the turf and all of that.
The indoor.
They brought a bunch of kids from the hood to like the super fancy facility. It was like, oh nah, we lit.
Yeah, we made it. Yeah, this is it right here.
If it was just him scamming a bunch of kids, I would be like, yeah. But he scammed highly intelligent.
Watching
adult
that game
people.
Was like,
the game was rough.
That was the saddest part, bro. Cause like, bro, I laughed. Yes. Like, I know it was like messed up, but just so like
it's hilarious because I've been watching Hard Knocks as well with the Jets. So
this kid, guys, he said once he was like, yeah, bro, the kid got a torn ACL.
And it was just the mom out there as the trainer. And the other team's trainer was like, wait, what do you mean? Where's your team doctor? No, it's me.
He was like, hey, just let him lay down. Just let him lay down right there for a second. He'll get up.
They just standing over him, hands on his hips. All right, what we gonna do now?
And then what's homie's name? Trillion. What's that name? That got his helmet knocked off because it was too small. Yeah, or something like that. Like, yo, that
was rough. Yeah, that was rough. Again, it went terribly, but it only went terribly. I think a different, give him $1 million. Not him specifically.
Give him the chance.
Yeah. Like, I bet you it'll work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know,
bro.
I get it.
I don't think it would.
I don't think so. Not with that guy.
Yeah, not with him.
The idea there,
but the idea
is there. But him as the leader is not gonna happen. He's gonna find a way to pocket that money and still go about the same thing. Have
y'all ever dealt with a person that was extremely ambitious, had great ideas, but you just knew they were not a leader? Because I've done work for people and with people that I actually did think that they were very intelligent and, had great ideas, business ideas and stuff like that. But I just knew that because of their personalities, because of who they were, it just wasn't going to come together because they would get in their way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I feel like that's like a lot of people that you kind of grow up with. You know what I'm saying? But then again, everybody's talking about, when you're young, like what your dreams are. So everybody's dreaming big, super crazy, unrealistically when they're young. Oh, I want to be a fucking astronaut. I want to do this. I want to do that.
But like, if you just didn't slap bitches, like it might work. Like you gotta stop, or you gotta stop drinking. Like, I swear, yo, I get it. That's where you get your creativity from. But if you just stop drinking for like a solid 6 months, this shit might actually turn around for you. Like, yo, I'm telling you, it's happened, especially with me with hip hop. Like, there's dudes in my neighborhood that are legitimately some of my favorite rappers. Like, creatively, they're incredible, but they in the streets, they can't get out their own way, and they got a look, they got bars, they got creativity in their songs and all that. Can't get out their own way because they can't get $1 no other way. So
that's the talent. Like, that's what the conversation is versus like, oh, when you have someone with the talent, you need somebody with the vision that's going to be able to push them and like put them in the right directions. Mm-hmm. Like, you kind of need someone who's going to lead them. Like you said, a leader that could help them get them out of. And it's like, it's tough because even then at that point, like, you are the precursor to their success at that point. Yeah. Because it's like, just having the talent isn't enough.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just having like the easy, the image, the ideas and stuff, but you don't have like the wherewithal to not sign like a bad contract, or like, you know, make sure you're not working with people that don't look out for you the most. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
to what you're trying to do.
Or sometimes people just don't have the resources as well. I mean, outside of just that, like, you know, there's just some people that, like, you know, their attitude is going to get in the way of meeting the right person just because they're like, yo, you're a shitty person. You got to, like, kind of know how to move out here. Like, yeah, you got ideas, you got a vision and shit like that, but if you don't know how to be a people person and you're able to get your ideas off to somebody who may have a critique or may have something to say, maybe have some pushback, if you can't take criticism, if you can't just have a constructive conversation with somebody, you're not going to get anywhere. As good as you think you are, you know, you're not perfect.
Those people are liabilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people like that, you kind of got to keep like behind the scenes almost. Like you have to like be able to translate there. Like I'm sure you guys have like kind of related to this in points where it's like sometimes you want to say something or you have an idea, but like somebody kind of expresses it better than you can at the time. Like someone who could sell the idea a little better than you can. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, oh, this is a great idea, but like someone kind of like has the resources or like the way to say what you're saying.
Communication skills.
Yeah, communication skills. Like it's all a part of that. You need those people. Yeah,
because I suck at explaining. Like when I have an idea, I suck at getting my idea out there. I remember when I was pitching when I was doing my first year film for my grad school, the one that you were in, Trendo.
Shout out.
We had to pitch our short film to a producer class, so we had producers come on and help you work on your project. I got up there, I knew exactly what I wanted to say, and it kind of just like drew a blank, and I was kind of just ended up freestyling what my idea was. And, you know, luckily enough, I ended up finding a couple guys that were definitely on board. I had 2 producers, which nobody else, you know, so people like really believed in my shit. Yeah. So, like, maybe I didn't explain it the best, but at least I was lucky enough for some people to like grasp onto what I was trying to say. But I feel like if I did have somebody else, if I was working on that film with somebody else, maybe like another writer or a co-director or something like that, they probably could have explained it better than I could have.
Yeah. It'd be the same thing. It's like your vision, but it's just the presentation of it could have been a little better. Yeah. But it's still the same. You know, you have it. Like you don't know what it is. Like it's like, oh, once I see it, then I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. And it's good when things can work out like that. But yo, all in all, man, that doc was crazy. BS high. Y'all gotta see that, man.
You gotta blame. It's the Jets' fault too. Actually, thinking about it. If he never got that internship and was learning under Bill Belichick and Parcells and all them niggas, he would have never been inspired to go do that.
That's fair. Because he tried to walk on at Ohio State, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here! Leave out the same door you came in."
You couldn't even redshirt, my nigga. Damn.
Yeah, hell no.
But yeah, that dude was.
He went from that to trying to get his brother up there.
Yeah, what they never mentioned his brother after that. Did something happen to his brother? Because he wasn't in it. I don't even think they said his name.
Probably got a copy check for his tuition from Kinko's and probably bounced.
That shit was wild, bro.
Probably the first of his 32 lawsuits.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some of that shit I kind of wish I would have tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they getting that off out here? Shit. They
asked him, how many lawsuits do you have? How many lawsuits did you find?
How many do you know about?
It was incredible, bro. I like audacious ass motherfuckers like that, bro.
From a distance, he can make a comeback in some type of capacity in form of media. If he came back in like a fucking sports media, something like that, if he could do something legit, I think he could be a star at it personally.
I'm telling you. And I would be remiss to not mention that I think part of the reason why it came down so hard was because he was black. I do. Like, I just have to at least say that out loud because, again, we played the same game with LeVar Ball. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, he's a scammer. Not a scammer necessarily. He had legitimate businesses, but his mouthpiece was the thing that got his sons in the limelight. Even though they had the talent and stuff like that, he knew that my audaciousness, my
Paul Heyman.
My ability to kind of be just outlandish is gonna draw the attention that we kind of deserve, really, you know? So again, taking the arrows and kind of be this like pariah for like none of those kids those kids still got opportunities, and none of those kids are. I mean, obviously they have evictions on their record, and they never owned an apartment and stuff like that,
And loans.
and loans in their names and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's bad for the
Right,
kids.
100%.
Torn ACLs, broken ankles.
Yes, for sure.
Hospital bills.
Like long-term damage.
there was a toll.
Never problem trusting adult male figures.
It's like, listen. Sacrifices were
never
made.
gonna trust another black male again.
Sacrifices were made.
However,
They jumped a homeless dude.
I forgot about that.
yeah,
The shit out of that homeless man. What was that for?
just, hey man, collateral
And then
damage.
Roy's
bro.
impersonation of him after. Oh my god.
Yo, he was laughing hysterically.
Don't be
man.
like that.
But let's move on. I do want to I have a
Please.
funny. So before I even saw this doc, I was talking to a group of girls about like scammers. I was like, would y'all date a scammer? Because I think about scamming, like if you can get it off. Sometimes not all scams are bad.
Right.
Like I think we've all done a little bit of scamming in our life at some point, even if it's
I
like on
tried.
a lower scale. Yeah, like you tried. Like you talking about like higher
Yeah.
scale shit. Like I'm talking about like
what's it called? I joined up in one of those pyramid schemes before they were like super popular and people knew what they were. I was in one.
Facts.
Yeah.
Me too.
They got me. They got 250 out of me.
Yeah. 200
Like-
for sure. Yeah, they got me for 200.
Yeah.
And bad products I was never going to use or sell.
That's the thing. I didn't even get no products. It was like an energy drink that I never got.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Fucked up.
yeah, that's really fucked up. Actually, I got scammed off what was that shit? Like a Kickstarter. I put like $200 down on this it's like a Wi-Fi device that like you can get Wi-Fi anywhere on your computer.
Nigga, no.
This shit never came.
Nigga fell for a Temu ad.
This shit never
Do you
came.
want a
bro.
Nintendo Switch for $1?
Yeah.
Nigga's a sicko, bro.
It's $1, but you got to pay $50 in shipping.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, some scams aren't bad. Like, so I was talking to these girls, I was like, yo, would y'all like date a scammer? And they're like, no. Cause I think scammer has a negative connotation. But yo, sometimes you gotta have like knowledge to be able to scam, even at a low level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a little bit of knowledge to like get you through.
What's an
You ain't
acceptable scam that even now you would at least try out? So one of my mans was
Charging credit cards.
So I wouldn't do that.
I'm just kidding.
Like that I would not do.
Just kidding.
But you
Yeah,
know,
it's
I
too
had a
hot now.
dude who was like, we should ask Dom about this too. Who had like half off all flights. Didn't matter where you was going. Whatever it said, he could get it to you for half. Did not matter. I never actually did it because I ain't never really had nowhere to go. But if you could get me a flight for 50% off, I mean, there's something to it. But like, you know, and I know it's like probably just a buddy pass or something something to that effect. But like a scam like that, if you can get it off, that's not the worst thing in the world. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You get stuck on an island somewhere and you can't get home? Maybe.
Yeah, they take your ass to Epstein Island. Get trafficked, nigga. You on a flight, you don't even know you going. That's the worst part.
I remember when I was in college, I'm not going to say any names to incriminate anybody, but the older guys in my fraternity, there was one of them that was pretty wealthy, right? He ran this little scheme, this little scam that he would buy defected textbooks for the low and then sell them to like students for a normal price. And there is a lot of money. If anybody who goes to college and got to buy textbooks, you know that there's a lot of money to be made in textbooks.
For sure.
That was a way that he would take like the younger guys that came into the fraternity. I never did it. Like I was scared off the rip. Me and my roommates weren't even considering it. But that was a way to get like the younger guys who couldn't either, you know, pay for their dues or for the fraternity or wanted to like you know, just have some more money in their pocket, bread by them. That was just a way for them to get money in their pockets and shit like that. But also a way for the guy who's on top not to, you know, get incriminated because he's having all these people under him do all the work for him type shit.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that was as close to a scam scheme as I got close to joining, but I never wanted. I didn't want no parts in that. I think he got caught eventually.
Yeah,
But
and you would, of course, it would have came down hard on
and
you.
Jewish, so oh yeah.
Yeah.
I keep trying to tell
I think
you,
one of my
man.
boys did it for like one semester, and he got his shit off. He was like, I'm good. That's it, no more.
I keep trying to just like give y'all little pieces, man. My mom had me pay for our cell phone bill with a fake check that she knew full well. Like 30 people in the neighborhood had the same check, but it kept clearing.
Same router number.
Yeah, it kept clearing. So like niggas was literally just passing the check around, and she had me pay for our cell phone bill one time with it, and it worked. And it worked. You know what I mean? But like my mom did that. Like, it was fucking terrible.
Yo, what about people who I have a buddy who was not really a scam, he's more just robbing, but he
that's
takes at supermarkets, he takes like, you know, those like discounted chicken packages. It's like an orange sticker they put on usually.
Like the butcher, well, like the manager's sale or whatever.
Right. He takes those tags off and puts them on like bigger packs of chicken so that he doesn't have to pay like full price on those chickens.
If you can get it off.
Yeah. He like takes those tags off and puts them on other. There's another one too. I think my mom taught me in a supermarket, like boxes like of like brand stuff. Like sometimes you could open it and put it. I think it's like vanilla extract she did it with. She took like vanilla extract like bottle and took it out that and put it in like another one that was like the store brand.
Yeah.
But like you're scanning the box. You're not scanning what's inside the box.
Of course. No,
So,
that's genius, bro. I scan
she got
people
that
at,
off.
I scan
She
people
know-
at
she
my
from the
house,
Bronx.
bro.
You know
I
how
might
that work.
Yeah, I might you know what I'm saying?
Do
Like
that.
I'll get the fucking, you know, containers, the empty well, you know, just the plastic containers, and like I'll fill it up with cereal and it'll look like Fruit Loops, nigga. It's not. I don't buy Fruit Loops, bro. That's crazy. All right, these are Fruity O's.
You talking about scamming your kids?
I scam everybody that come to my house. Yeah, bro. You think I'm paying the extra for the Dawn? No, this is Palmolive, my nigga. It's just in the Dawn bottle. You crazy? Yeah.
The only scamming I be doing now is going to self checkout.
You be stealing self checkout? I'd be scared, bro. I feel like I could definitely get it up. I'd be like, I don't be stealing, but I'd be paranoid as if people look at me like I'm stealing.
Like you stealing. Yeah, for sure.
Sleight of
I'd be
hand,
holding
yo.
my receipt on the
Sleight of
way
hand,
out, like,
grab-
don't stop and
I
frisk me and
got
shit.
hold on to. If you got more than one of the same thing, just grab them at the same time, scan one of them, and then boom, drop both in there.
The funniest thing is when like you don't go to self checkout, you go to the register, and then you got like a fruit or a vegetable, and the cashier don't know what it is. Like you could say anything at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This girl
Yeah,
asked
nah,
me.
that's dill.
Or,
It's just avocado.
or you got like a case of waters on the bottom of the cart, but they don't ever check, so you
Yeah,
just slide
I
through
don't
with
say
the free
nothing.
water.
I don't say shit. Catch me if you can, nigga.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest scam that everybody gets off. I think everyone gets
Catch
that
me
one
if
off.
you
every
can,
night.
bro.
It's water, bro. Come on now, you gotta go charge me for fucking water?
Right,
What?
Yeah, bro.
right.
Go
You
outside
really,
and get water.
you really charging me for the bottles. If we being honest, you know what I'm saying?
I used to scam in college. I used to sell 5 dime bags as an eighth.
Damn, nigga.
That is just, you are a sicko.
I'm not, nigga. This is mad like people at like Rampo that was just like ready to be scammed.
Yeah.
Fair.
Honestly, if there's any time to scam people for drugs, it's in college when everybody's like super, like, the people are green, they're new to it, they don't know any better. You can they don't know how to eye it out like that. That's the time to get it off.
Right.
Get your
This
shit off.
person didn't have any type of business buying drugs,
Like I saved
especially
you.
from me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you ain't have no business being in like them. It's because they knew me and they, I had a nice face, so it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna sell me this. Like, yeah, I'll sell you this eighth. It was just 5 dime bags, bro. Pass me that 50. It's definitely under. There's no way. It was in a quad. It was in public. You ain't gonna weigh this out in public. Like, you're not supposed to be doing this either. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Nigga probably was like, damn, bro, you hooked me up.
You blessed me.
You blessed me. It's like, yo, that's hilarious.
do y'all have any friend icks? Like anything that you look at a friend and you're just like, I don't like that about like or any like things that you're like, I can't be friends with this type of person.
people who and I didn't notice until like very recently, people who go through your stuff when they come to your house. I'll tell you how many rooms you can go in and like just sit there. You know what I mean? Like just sit there. Don't start like looking at my pictures and like seeing what books I got. You know what I mean? Like I actually don't like that. And I didn't know it. But, you know.
I actually don't mind that. Because I feel like anything that I put, like, it depends if they're going in my fucking drawers or something or my closet. But anything, anything that I have like
in the open,
like especially in the open, like I consider that like if I know I'm having people over, like the important shit I'm gonna put away, put in the room, close my room or something like that. But if it's out in the open, like it's meant to be seen, you know, it's decor. You want to go through it, it's whatever.
See, I disagree. I think the decor is for me. It's not for you. Like I put up these pictures because I like these pictures. I don't care if you like them. I know that's why I realized like I might be bugging on that, but like that's why it's an ick. It's like it's not something I would ever tell someone not to do. It's just I actually don't like it. Like why are you staring at all my pictures like that? You know what I'm saying? Like you got something to say? I don't know. It's weird.
I keep that in mind. If I'm ever at your crib, I won't look at shit. I'm just gonna sit right on this little spot on the couch.
That's it. Stay right there. Don't move. Don't take your shoes off and like lay down either. Yeah.
I think something more recent for me is I hate people that talk with like an awkward, like they intentionally talk awkward. Like, you know, they kind of like talk like shy to like say something or like just like it, like and being awkward is like their personality. I can't stand people like that anymore because like, yo, it feels so forced and like you're making me feel uncomfortable, honestly. Yeah. Like, do I make you feel weird or something? Like, why the fuck are you talking to me like this? We've known each other for stop.
I think what they don't realize a lot of time is like you doing that is drawing attention to you. Like you're gonna have the reverse effect. Honestly. Like so you acting all shy or moving slowly when somebody calls you or like doing that slow, he's right behind me, isn't he? Type shit. Like the fuck? the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Ew.
Yeah, like I just said hello, man. Like you know what I mean? You don't gotta be weird.
That's my least favorite personality. If you're like actually awkward, it's whatever. But like if I know you and you're still awkward, like bro, loosen the fuck up, my nigga. Stop it.
I don't like people that be mad rude for no reason. Like just like in terms of like if
that's a new thing for me too.
If you got like just like an attitude and like there's no type of that, and also like really negative people. Like I don't have the energy for like really like every time y'all talk is something negative. Yeah. Like there's nothing good happening for you, bro. Like there's nothing good that we could talk about. Like why do we only talk when something bad is happening to you? Yeah. You know? But
those
also
people
like
are dumping for the most part. You know, they feel like they don't have to share their wins and their blessings with you. Only their traumas, only the thing that's kind of fucked up and like going wrong in their life. And I get it, like everyone needs somebody to talk to, but there absolutely has to be a balance. You know what I mean? Honestly, it shouldn't even be a balance. It should be mostly good things. Like share mostly positive things. And then if something that you really, really can't handle or you really, really need advice on, I'm always down for that. But yeah, no, I get you. Something's always negative.
Though.
Yeah, it can't be
every time we talk.
Like, yeah, you know, I found out Charles got cancer, so I'm about to just go get myself checked out, and Lisa done died, her nephew got locked up.
You definitely know this person too. Like you definitely know this person.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure. Absolutely. Nah, I can't stand it, bro. Can't stand it.
Yeah, it's too much. But also just like the rudeness, it's like, yo, why do you have an attitude? It's a nice day. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be like, don't bring that to me. Like I already told you, I'm an energy sponge, bro. Like if you come to me with this energy, like it's gonna bring my mood down, and it's like, why do I have to be like that? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna. My first thought isn't always to be like, oh, cheer up, but it's like I'm gonna be there with you, and I'm like, I can't do that all the time now. At my big ass age, I'm like, I just can't get taken down like that, yo. Like it's tough, man.
I have one more. and this is I haven't had to deal with this in a long time, but I can't imagine that it would go well if I had to. People, like, say you start dating a girl and she always has that one friend that is like an asshole to you at first, just because, like, oh, I gotta protect my friend. I gotta make sure that you don't vet me, bro. Like, I don't care about I'm not gonna try to impress you, like, whatsoever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, it might get worse. And I'm just gonna not like you.
I curse you out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And now you made it awkward for your friend. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be in my house talking to me like that either.
Right.
I think it's a fairly young thing, but I know it's a lot of people that still act like that, and it's just fucking weird.
Very childish. Yeah.
Get that shit out of here. Speaking of besties, wait, I got a question for this, and it stemmed off of the Odd Future link up and stuff. I'm glad to see them all together. But
most of them.
Yeah, most of them. But one of them is missing. I was thinking, did y'all like Haji's music?
Yeah. I did.
Like,
I like
singular, like Haji by himself.
Not Mellow High?
No, just Haji.
But that is Haji. It's just somebody doing the production.
No. I'm talking about not even with that. I'm talking about just Haji by himself, like outside of like the Odd Future Productions. It's Haji on his own. He's dropped a couple albums like on his own without like, Left Brain production or like without like having Damo as a feature. Did you hear any of that like stuff?
Maybe like when it first dropped, but bro, we're going back like maybe like 7 years or something, maybe like 2016 probably.
Yeah, I know, but you remember if it was good. Like I remember Damo. Like I like Damo's projects, Like I remember his Genesis album and stuff like that. Like
I will say that, yeah. I think Haji he dropped like one, I think like there was one single I remember. I think it was in like the music video was like in black and white, I believe. And it was okay. Cause I think I downloaded that mixtape too. Cause I remember faintly, I definitely downloaded the mixtape. I'd have to look, but I definitely like. I would say Haji is definitely like the least likely for me to go and find out. Actually, no, maybe Mike G. But I think I never really checked for Haji like that, like outside of like Mellow High stuff. And then Latin, he kind of disassociated himself from everybody, and that left a sour taste in a lot of the fans' mouth the way he went about it. So
I have a theory.
Especially after that, I wasn't looking for him.
I have a theory. Right? Because here's the question: if y'all married, like if you and your significant other was both artists, and that artist like popped off, but you didn't, like if you was a rapper and your girl was like a singer, and she like popped off, like she got real famous, would you still be rapping?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
my girl's still with me.
You talking about, essentially it's Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert.
I'm gonna get my feature.
Basically, you know what I mean?
I feel like we might see him again eventually if like Nelly Furtado, because he's married to Nelly Furtado, isn't he?
What?
Yeah, he's married to Nelly Furtado. They got a kid together, I'm pretty sure. Right, and I'm like, I feel like he's not doing it because but he doesn't have to. He's married to like, he getting them royalties, yo.
The other, I know Earl is
spouse. I only see one person, Damasio Castellan, and that was from 2008 to 2016.
Nah,
but I don't see anything else after that.
Haji Beats, bro. Haji Beats, Nelly Furtado. Look up Haji Beats, Nelly Furtado.
I don't see it either. I think you should look up Nelly Furtado instead of Haji. Let me see.
I mean, they were dating, but I don't think they were ever married, bro.
All right, not married, but they're dating. Like it's one of those, like they've been together for mad long. It's one of those types of like,
I feel like that that works for Nelly, no? As far as like who we know her to be?
Who do we know her to be? I don't know nothing about Nelly Furtado.
You don't know anything about Nelly Furtado?
What song did she make that? Oh, that's not her.
You know, well, she's I think she's
promiscuous.
So she's from Canada, but I'm pretty sure she's Spanish, right? Portuguese. Okay. You know, she lives in LA, you know what I mean? She's pretty like a free spirit, you know, into music. fairly philanthropic. Philanthropic. I'm sorry. And just she's not down. Like she's down, y'all. That's weird.
No, it's not weird. I'm just saying, like, I was. It's gonna sound terrible. If I was dating somebody that was
Nah,
more
they're not
wildly,
together no more.
you don't think so?
Nah, I don't. She
on
all
the
on
IG?
this other nigga on her Instagram.
Maybe in an open relationship.
Yeah, I'm on the IG.
Yeah, no, I feel like she wouldn't be against dating somebody like Haji Beats more so than, like I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Like again, like when Janet Jackson started dating Jermaine Dupri, that was weird. That was weird, and everybody knew it was weird. You know what I mean? But yeah, Earl is dating the girl from Rap Shit, which I didn't know, the Issa Rae show, which I didn't know about until like his.
I'm not surprised. I can see girls being into Earl for like strange reasons.
For sure, because he's a strange fucking dude, man. He's a strange dude, and he looks strange. But if you listen,
I feel like if you grew up an Odd Future fan, as a female, you might have a crush on Earl, because I feel like Earl had a really strange cult following.
Sure.
He went
He
away
was
for a
like-
long time. He's mysterious, You're curious about his upbringing.
All right, no, let's do it. Let's rank who's the most handsome nigga in Odd Future. Like, okay,
I'm down, bro.
Taco.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, true.
I'm dead ass.
Yeah, nah, it's true.
I'm
I
dead
saw
ass.
him in
Good-looking
person
fella.
in New York.
And he could dress his ass off.
He had nodded me. Yeah, nah, he's definitely probably number one. The Sid count. Sid.
Yo,
Sid is
Sid
not-
being the most handsome nigga in Odd Future.
Honestly though, Sid
It's
got
crazy.
swag. Like
Oh,
in,
yeah, nah,
in-
Sid
in
is
terms
cool
of
as shit.
attraction, like if we rating just straight off of attraction and not like the Sid kind of low for me.
Frank.
Yeah, Frank, I don't know. Frank kind of, if we're going off attraction.
I guess
just
it is
straight up,
Taco.
like-
Taco seems like the coolest. You know what I mean? Like the most like conventionally cool one. You know what I mean? Like he'd be cool in any circle, not just in his like direct circle of friends of guys he grew up with.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
What's his
I'm
name?
cool with that.
What's his
It's
name?
obvious. It's obviously Tyler though. Tyler is the most like charismatic of them. You know what I mean? And has honestly the
But
coolest.
that could be a little much.
It can
Yeah.
for sure, but not on that.
Yeah,
not on that first night. Hoes love it. If they was all like at a party and they weren't Odd Future, who's pulling the most bitches that night?
Yeah, Taco.
You think it's Taco? I think it's Tyler still.
You think Tyler really?
Yeah. Because again, just his personality. He's a big personality. He can talk, with anyone. He can hold conversations. He's cool, and I think it's probably Tyler.
What's his name? L Boy. What's his real name again?
I don't know.
Lionel.
Lionel.
Nigga look like a day.
Low key, right?
That's fair.
Look and built like.
That's fair. This nigga's 6'3". My God.
Who else is there? There's Jasper, Mike G. Mike G seemed cool. But he seems like he don't really talk that much. You look a little. He might be one of them like dirty-ish.
But in that vein, I really wouldn't expect Earl to be the one to pull like the baddies.
Today, Earl, I feel like he could, but like back in the day, Earl, like he's just, the big head nigga.
Do we count Steve Lacy and the internet or no?
Nah, the internet is
Nah.
different. It's a different
Nah.
facet.
Damo seemed cool too.
Yeah. Damo's probably pulling bitches too.
100%. He got the voice. He got this the silent killer.
Not bad.
Can we agree that Left Brain would be last on our list?
It's between him and Sid.
Maybe,
Nah, it's
maybe looks wise, but Sid is pulling bitches, bro. Sid might actually,
Facts.
if
But not off of just attraction.
not
if
off just
if
attraction.
we were women, Sid could probably pull us.
Yeah, for sure.
Just off her music and her voice and shit.
Sid seems very, very like take your bitch energy. Like I
Bro,
really
that song Cocaine.
You know what I mean?
We're not talking about music. We talking about just straight off of like attraction.
But you gotta be
Like,
the person that made that song.
But I'm saying,
if we talk about the music, then yeah, hell yeah. Sid is definitely pulling everybody. Like niggas and bitches alike.
Yeah.
You know
but
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
could say that in your songs, you could say that to somebody in conversation and still
Facts.
get those type of bars off. You're still
Facts.
smooth with it.
If it's
Still got game.
if it's not music playing and it's a vibe type joint, the shit is very low and niggas is just having dope conversations. Sid is pulling niggas bitches for
All
sure.
right, we gotta get off this. I'm gonna start getting horny.
What? Of you and Sid? That's crazy.
Oh, but before we get off this, I did see that Earl had a concert that Frank actually did make an appearance, and that was pretty dope to see. Frank does look mad different now. He had a
It wasn't a
full-blown
body.
afro
It
and
wasn't a
shit.
body double.
No, I thought it was fake.
I
it was
thought
like
that was a body double.
Was it?
Yeah, no, it was a fake person. For the first time, he announced it. He announced that Frank was coming out, and they didn't come out. He told everybody to put their phones away, and then, or no, that was like the rumor. Like he said that he told everybody to put their phones away, and then brought Frank out. But he played Sunday, and he told everybody, he's like, "Oh, I got a special guest," and then like nobody came out. And he was like, "Yeah, nah, next time." And then the second time he did it, somebody came out, but it wasn't Frank. It was
Yeah,
somebody
exactly.
else.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, it wasn't Frank. He pulled like a like what they did with MF Doom. Like they brought out Adult Swim Festival. They brought out somebody announced that they was bringing out MF Doom, but it was Hannibal. Like it was Hannibal Barris in a mask. So
Was he in that photo with them?
what are you talking about? Hannibal?
Frank. No.
Frank? Oh no.
The
Frank was missing. Frank, Haji, and somebody else
Clancy?
was missing. Left Brain. Left Brain wasn't there.
Surprised Clancy wasn't there either.
Yeah. I don't know where he's at. He don't really talk about him no more, Tyler. Yeah. Can we talk about Miguel?
Yeah.
While we're talking about, like, speaking
Miguel
of
is fucking nuts.
making me horny, let's talk about Miguel, man. I didn't know the whole story.
I don't know the story. I didn't catch this one.
So Miguel recently did a performance where he had
Drop an album?
oh my god. He
gotta
didn't
see
drop
the
an
picture.
album. He was premiering new music though. Where he had metal hooks pierced into his back.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
he took
okay. I saw a piece of
Hook.
this.
Yeah, and then he took like
Oh my gosh.
they hung him up from his skin while he was doing a performance. And it was all legit. I thought it was like a fake prosthetic or something at first, but nah.
Yeah, I just sent a link to the chat. Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
bro.
I seen it already.
Let me
Now
tell
I'm not looking
you.
at it again. That's crazy.
Let me tell you, Miguel is a horny ass nigga. I don't know if y'all listen to his music, but I absolutely think him and his wife or whoever he's sleeping with these days is into some freaky shit. Like, for real. So this doesn't shock me at all.
That shit looks painful, bro.
Yo, niggas be beating off when they do it.
But think about it. Like when you think about people's performances, like what else can you really do? Like if I'm not gonna hold you, I like Miguel's music, but when I think about like seeing people perform, not much amazes me these days. Like in terms of like we've seen a lot of things, like, but you gotta be trying to do something that people have never seen before. This I haven't seen before. So I gotta say I'm a little intrigued.
Yeah.
It looks painful, but I'm a little intrigued at the sets that like, it's like, oh.
Yeah. I hope this isn't something he continues to do often because one mistake and that's your career for a little bit, man.
Now he'll bounce back. You see, he already knee dropped.
I'm
somebody.
sure he'll bounce up, but
He's gonna bounce a few times.
Imagine he
sure.
falls and like he falls on the same girl that he knee dropped in like 2000. What was that like 2000? That video, bro,
Oh my
was
God.
like so funny,
Legendary.
bro. Oh man. Yeah, he ain't got no songs where he need to be doing this. I love that meme.
I know.
like this.
Jesus
I know
Christ.
I'm gonna
no
listen.
songs
I
where
know
he
I'm
needs
gonna
to do
listen
this.
to the album though. Because
Yeah.
okay, so I don't know how much you guys follow Miguel, but he was close to divorce before this. His wife of maybe 10, 15 years was leaving. They have at some point reconciled over the last year or so. and they're back together. And again, he's working on an album, right? It's possible that this is some form of, I don't want to say redemption arc, but again, he's also a very creative songwriter. It's possible that he is exploring other forms of therapy, other forms of, spiritual guidance and things like that. So I wonder, again, where to get the idea from. What is he trying? I think he's saying something. This isn't just shock value like some female rappers who have been doing random things in their music lately.
Would you buy it?
Would I buy?
That actually ties into a good conversation. Like, would you buy the album? Like, take streaming out.
Yeah.
If you heard about this album outside of stream, if you didn't stream as much as you did,
Yeah.
would you purchase this album?
Obviously, I would have to hear the album first, but
Nah.
If I can't hear it first,
yeah, because back in the day,
I would
like
buy
when
it.
you walked into like the CD stores, you'd be able to like listen to it, right? Does that still exist? Can you still listen to music in stores?
hell no, absolutely not. But more so than that, I haven't ever purchased an album that I didn't hear before it. Even if I mean, because we grew up in the era of leaks, we grew up in the era of Kazaa and LimeWire, so I knew what I was listening. I knew what I was buying. It was a conscious choice for the last 20 years to support the artist by buying their album, not experiencing the artist for the first time by buying their album.
But wouldn't it be like you hear like a song on the radio and then you go out and pick up, like you have to hear the whole album before you purchase it? Or just a couple songs from
Not always for me.
Again, honestly, it depends on the sound. It depends on the soundscape. But if it's like a digital copy, if it's an MP3 from iTunes or a stream from Spotify, I'm probably going to stream it. But if I need a hard copy because I want to commemorate the album or I want to support by physical, then I'll go in that direction. Because again, when they say physical sales, they still mean downloads. They don't mean.
So there's no like. So what albums like would you guys buy like these days? Like if y'all if y'all wanted to keep it, let's say, all right, streaming is gonna be gone.
Yeah,
you got like a year. We find out streaming is gonna be dead in 2025.
Yep.
You got a year to purchase the things that you want to purchase, or else like this is not gonna be. Every other thing else is gonna be blocked. YouTube, nope. Like all that stuff is gonna be gone. You're not gonna be able to hear it. You got to actually buy the albums again to hear it.
I would just at that point I would buy music. But I would buy artists. I would buy music from artists that I either believe in their songs, like Victoria Monae's album, great. Shout out T Campbell Design, by the way. He hit me up about my Victoria Monae tape. So shout out to him.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show for sure. Shout out to you. But yeah, the Victoria Monae album, I was gonna buy that album, whether or not, you know what I mean? Because she's released great music before. She's had a great run of singles, and I was excited to listen to the album. So, no scandals, no schemes, or nothing, just good music. So I was definitely.
You listened to it all already, and you would buy it.
I would buy it for sure. And I'm
for
considering
like
it.
Future okay, cool. Because I'm thinking about albums that I've already liked that I was like I would purchase. Like,
yeah, I'm only trying. Right now, I'm just trying to think of like just super recent albums. I probably would have bought that Joey Badass album last year.
That's a good one.
I would have bought 2000. This year,
it's not much. It's not much.
Yeah, I can't say I would have bought anything so far this year. And I'm even trying to think like going forward, discovering new artists underground. Like it would have to go back to just the days of scouring YouTubes and blog websites. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of would that be considered streaming?
Yeah.
Like I remember I used to be on like Hip Hop Daily, and they would just have like new tracks, whatever. But it wouldn't like streamline from one track to the other. I would have to like click individually, like when I want the songs to play. But I guess it would just be like going through YouTubes and just going through related videos on the side and hoping that I find something that intrigues me. But even then, it would still kind of be hard to consider buying all.
Yeah,
I think the other question is that you have to consider CDs, digital, and cassette tapes were the last three popular mediums for buying music, right?
Well, it could still be digital. Let me before you go into this, I want to say I'm imagining streaming is gone. Like you're not gonna find it on YouTube,
like subscription based streaming.
Right. Like you're not, or just YouTube in general. Like it doesn't have to be subscription. Like you're not gonna be able to just play it. Like you can play it on your iTunes app if you've purchased it.
Yeah.
But in terms of just going and playing it for free, you're not gonna find that. So, or you're gonna hear it on the radio, or you're gonna purchase it and you're gonna buy it. Like you're gonna play it like that.
I'm gonna find a way.
Right.
You know me. I'm gonna find a link.
But
I'm saying
but
that's not available.
So
available.
All right, nigga.
I'm saying, please humor me for this thought. Humor me for this thought. Like it's the
no,
point.
because you're forcing me in one direction here.
No, the point is what albums or what music are you gonna buy? Like what music, how many. My point is basically I feel like the industry is kind of oversaturated. I feel like we have way too much, way too many artists, way too much music to choose from in that sense, and it only got worse with the streaming era. Back in the day, you had big names. When they dropped, you were gonna go get it. But now it's there's so much stuff that you like. I have 14,000 same songs on my Spotify. Sometimes it's one song, sometimes it's an album, but there's a lot of artists out there.
But
and I might just like that one song. They might not even have an album out. But it's what are you gonna purchase? What's worth purchasing? I would buy P1, Party Next Door, that album, classic. You know what I'm saying? Most of the Drake stuff I probably would still to this day. Chris Brown, Renaissance, I'd buy. Things of that nature. That's what I'm talking about. Or albums that came out that you like that, you would purchase.
So again, I think my issue with the question is that those types, and I'm going to answer the question, but those types of mediums are not great mediums for listening to music. They're definitely not better than streaming. So you're asking me to pay more for an inferior product. That has to be established. First of all, CD scratch, right? You could have the album and then your CD gets scratched and then you can't listen to it anymore.
I'm not talking about just CDs. I'm saying you can download the album. You can still listen to it on your phone, but you have to buy it.
I think what they should do.
That's the only way.
I think what they should do is limit streaming to lo-fi, low quality. If you wanted to listen to all of the music and all of the sounds, 3D audio, you know what I mean, in high fidelity, you have to buy the album. That's what I think the difference would be, because that would be more comparable to going to the movies, because watching movies on TV, on streaming, is actually inferior to watching them in theaters. It's an inferior experience, right? Unless you pay $1,000, $2,000 for high fidelity audio and all that stuff, pay for a huge screen and stuff like that. It's an inferior way to watch the movie, So
yeah,
if you can find a way to make the audio inferior on streaming, because the problem is not that people don't just want to buy albums. People don't want to buy albums in an inferior capacity than they would on streaming. I think that's what the industry needs to fucking realize. And that's why movies aren't completely dead. Meanwhile, albums are.
Which artist albums?
Would I buy if it was superior in quality, which is why I'm bringing up. Because again,
so the answer is none.
That's not true.
None.
Because then it's I'm not.
Would you buy Magic 2 that Nas is dropping?
Yes, absolutely. But I would not buy Yo Gotti, or I would not buy Moneybagg Yo, because them niggas go to the same This is where I'm going with it, because them niggas go to the same producers. They go to all the let me get an ATL Jacob beat. Let me get a Metro Boomin beat. Let me just get the same dudes that work. You know what I mean? Because then it's
well, that's what I'm saying. With this model that I'm talking about, we get more quality music because you have to get a purchase. You're not just getting it because people can stream it. It's not just going to be in everybody's phone that's able to stream it. You have to now go back to making quality music, something that's going to play, something that people are going to want to run to purchase it. not just because it's gonna be available. Because listen, there's a lot of songs that I've listened to just because it's available to me.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? A lot of the
Agreed.
songs like you listen to just to hear it. Our streaming has made us like kind of spoiled in that sense.
Yeah.
We have that music at our hands anytime we want. It drops. Yo, you heard it yet? Nah, I haven't heard it. If we didn't stream, how would we be able to have those conversations?
I would buy Miguel's album.
All right. To answer your question. Well, first of all, do I have to buy the whole album itself, or like you could buy like
You could buy, like,
on iTunes
singles
you
off
could buy
of it.
like individual songs?
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes songs are just loosies. You know what I'm saying? They don't have they're not an album. So I would say I would probably go through all my playlist first. See if there's like what individual songs, if there's enough songs from a particular album. My playlists aren't like particularly that huge. You know what I'm saying? Like for each playlist, it just might be like a couple hundred songs, if that. Like I'm not like my liked songs is not anywhere near close to what Trendell's is.
Right.
Not even fucking close.
I don't think mine is either.
It'd be a lot easier for me to, even if I filtered it by artist and just went down straight through an artist and just checked off like, all right, I like this song, like this. Put
long
all
do you
the
have
songs that I
Spotify?
like in a playlist.
Yeah.
20. When did we start at the Cage? It was around that time.
Okay,
so like
yeah, you had it before me.
2015.
Because when we were working in the cage, I didn't even have it yet. I got mine like 2017, 2018 almost, I think.
I started.
Okay.
I got Spotify.
I want to say I got around like 2015, 2016.
2015, yeah.
I got Spotify right after
You don't got that
Tidal
much
because I actually
songs?
had Tidal first.
I'm telling you, bro.
I don't understand how though, because I feel like that's cumulative over the whole time that I've had.
I
it.
understand.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think I didn't, when I got Spotify, I never went back and liked all the songs from the past that I liked, because at that time I
Okay,
still
that
had all
explains
those
a lot.
songs
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I still had a laptop with fucking 2,000, not even, that laptop maybe had like 10,000 songs on it. So I still had that.
Okay. That's what it is.
And I wasn't like fully committed into Spotify until maybe I left to California the first time for the semester with Brett.
Okay. Okay. Would you go back and purchase like albums, even like albums that you like, but like you go back to?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
When I think about albums that I go back to these days, I consider those in my heart classic albums that I go back to and listen to all the way through. Like I said, P1, I would purchase that. That's an album that I can listen to all the way through that I still go back and listen to. You know, a lot of the older albums, I still like listen to those. Like I would purchase like Thriller, you know, all those like types of like album like CDs like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the music that I like now, it might not be enough to purchase the full project, but it's the music that I listen to. But it might not be enough where I'm like, all right, I like this enough to where I would purchase this. You know
I have
what I mean?
about 5,000 songs, and I started November 30th, 2014. My first album that I ever liked on
Still
Spotify.
not even close to Trendell.
Yeah, you got half
Yeah.
of what I. What
The
I
first
had.
album I ever liked on Spotify was The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
And you'll buy that album, right?
Of course.
Ooh, let me go check. I think mine's some Kanye, actually.
Mine was Fly
Yeah, that was
Low.
some random shit.
Something.
Like fucking Bow Wow or some shit.
It was Fly Low, and like one of my early ones was Purple Naked Ladies. Another one I would purchase. The Internet, I would purchase that. All the Internet albums, actually, I would purchase.
All right. First song I added was February 1st, 2015. Oh my God.
Give it to us.
Flick of the Wrist.
Let's
by
go.
Cheddar the Connection.
Let's go.
The first song.
The first song
Yeah.
is Flick of the Wrist. And
Was
it's
that
not even
podcast?
available for me to play. Cheddar the Connect.
That shit was
Boston
hard, bro.
George and Beat King. Look
And-
at him, look at the wrist. Look at him, look at it.
Yeah.
Yo,
see?
you know what? I only got Spotify so I could DJ parties at Ramapo, because I would use the DJ app, and that's when they had the integration
Yeah.
that I could use Spotify. That's when
Yeah.
Denz was telling me about that shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Right after that, it's all of 808s and Heartbreaks, and then Dark Sky Paradise, and then Kawhi by Childish Gambino, The College Dropout. A lot of Kanye. Kanye.
Would you go back and buy those though? Like just today? Like would you
Yeah.
buy the album? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's off top. Yeah, bro. Late registrations, and after that, and fucking Bon Iver. Oh, I was talking to this earthy bitch.
So from now on, these are the types of like questions I'm gonna ask when these albums, because we talk about music a lot on these podcasts, but like, you know, I want to just set the record straight right here. I want to bring up the conversation of, would you purchase this if it wasn't available on streaming? Like, let's say, or another thing is like, and I had an idea for this a long time ago. Actually, I'm gonna save that because I still feel like I could bring that into fruition. But along the lines of, would you purchase that, is something that is gonna be in my conversation. Like, yes, you like it, you're talking about it, but would you purchase it? And like, that is, I feel like, something we should start considering, because that's how we're gonna get to like, this is stuff that we really like. This is like quality music, to us, and not just something that's gonna be something here that we listen to for the time being. How are they selling an album? You know what I mean? Like the people that make the albums. So that's something, just keep in mind. Those are the types of questions I'm gonna ask. We gotta get ready to get up out of here, but I wanted to just note that video game, the voice actors, they put in for a strike that might be happening soon. So
fucking wild.
Yeah, for voice actors. So that means a lot of games without voice acting are probably gonna be a boom in that.
Spider-Man game. Well, the company's getting affected.
Yeah.
Insomniac or whatever they're called. I hope the game is already done. It should be already done by now. I mean,
yeah,
coming out
next month.
What, in a couple months? So
yeah.
So hopefully,
people saying MK1.
This doesn't affect any future projects though.
It's gonna be infected. But honestly, bro, I'm kind of like, I'm ready for it, man. I think we need all this shit to be like kind of redone in terms of like, people need to get their money in all types of industries. And I feel like podcasting is going to happen again. It's going to happen for podcasting too at some point. Are y'all ready to do that? Y'all ready to go on strike for podcasting?
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. We going on strike next week.
For 1 week? For 1 week?
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I stand with my brothers, man. We in SAG. What is it? SAG-AFTRA.
SAG-AFTRA. Yeah.
SAG-AFTRA.
And I also like think about how the strikes and stuff. I feel like we're gonna be getting a lot of like content that is just not American based. Like there's going to be a lot of like movies and shows that are gonna come out that aren't like, you know.
I would definitely be buying up some anime, some K-dramas and stuff like that. Those are pretty popular online. So if I was a network, I would be the K-drama channel for like the next 6 months.
Hell yeah. Scott Pilgrim anime coming out soon. Hey, can't wait for that.
Fire.
Yeah.
Shout out Sea of Stars. Came out recently. It's a again, I'm older, I grew up in the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis era. Sea of Stars is a JRPG top down kind of game, but it's brand new. It's got modern sensibilities, but it's a turn-based adventure game. I can't remember the studio's name, but they're fairly small. But definitely going to be playing a lot of that this weekend. And I think that's it on the video game side for me.
Lastly, for video games, I'm gonna pitch this to y'all one last time. I did finish Final Fantasy. I'm doing New Game Plus now, but that game is probably my second favorite. Like Final Fantasy 16 is my second favorite Final Fantasy of all time.
What's your first?
Yes,
10, right?
10.
Yeah,
10. But this one is definitely like up there. Shit gets real. I feel like Hod, you'd probably love it. Dame, you might love it because it kind of has that like Game of Thrones feel. It's very like nightly, and
I did see because it's dragons.
I need a new game to play,
that.
so I might get it. I might get into it.
You should, bro. It's fun. And people be dying, bro. People fucking die. That's what I love about this one.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the most mature Final Fantasy they've ever made. Like, and it's like, I don't know if you have ever played like Devil May Cry. People like make jokes about it, like saying it's kind of like that.
The original,
that's why they made it, because people want a Devil May Cry game, and it just never came, so they made this. But this game is amazing. I'm playing through it again, and they say Final Fantasy in it.
Shit!
They finally did it.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be the last one, bro. This might be the last one ever. They finally did it. But no more spoilers. I think I should play it though. It's very
I'll get around to it. Yeah,
it's slow at points, but it's part of like the lore of it. Like there's a whole like reason for it, all those things, and even that has like things that keep you going. Even though it feels slow, it feels like, oh, you're just doing chores with people. Like shit gets real. That's why I'm like, it's a good game. That's it for me. I got nothing else. Anything else y'all want to tackle before we play songs and get out?
Yeah. I want to pay my respects to the great Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace to him. Real name Wyndham Rotunda from the WWE. Anybody who's a fan or has been a fan for the past 10 years know how much of an impact this man has had on the company. He's one of the more creative innovators in the sport that I've personally seen in a long time. And I only recently got back into wrestling, but I feel like once you kind of get into it again, it's kind of easy for all the memories just to come back and flood into, like, you know, and just all the stuff that you kind of grew up on. Like, I can't remember the last time I was as invested in a character since somebody like Mankind, who's, you know, Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mick Foley, like, you know, all these different characters. And he just took it so serious and just took it to another level conceptually that, yeah, man, he's going to be missed. He's a super great talented. I was looking forward to his comeback this year. Unfortunately, he did get COVID earlier this year, which caused some defects in his heart, and he did suffer a heart attack. So,
damn.
Yeah.
Very sad. Only 36 years old, man.
Whew, man.
Very young man.
We also lost Terry Funk from the same.
Also lost Terry Funk.
From this.
The king of hardcore matches, the king of death matches, whatever you want to call it.
Bob
ECW
Barker.
legend, definitely. Yeah, Bob Barker, another.
I mean, folks.
Pee Wee Herman. I mean, if we want to go there, another
No,
WWE
we don't.
great Hall of
Nah,
Famer.
we don't. Yeah, his name is in the rafters somewhere, for sure.
Oh.
Nah.
Yeah. All in all, yeah, definitely. Bro, that's like, yo, listen, public service announcement, y'all mask up again when you can in certain spaces. COVID is back. You know, it's COVID to Electric Boogaloo. It's really back out here. I know a couple people that have gotten it. I was sick like a couple weeks ago. I thought I'd had it, but I was definitely fighting for my life for a little bit too. But you know, protect yourselves. You know, don't think that it's over yet. We're not out of the woods. It's probably gonna get a little worse as it gets colder. So, you know, just protect yourselves.
Selection season, y'all. Y'all know what time it is.
You know what time it is, baby.
Yeah, man. My boy. Yo, I feel like he might actually pull this win off. He not going to the debates. Homeboy,
Who?
Big T, Big Trump.
You know what it is. Yo,
I
shout
feel like
out
he
to
might
the,
pull away with this, bro. Or have somebody, because it's a new dude who's out, like who is kind of like him, but just doesn't. I forgot what his name was.
It's not
Something with a
DeSantis?
R. No. Something with an R.
Great.
Like
Now
Ryan
that you're
Nass or
saying it, I'm
something.
gonna fucking hear it all over the place.
Yeah, as soon as you
That
say it.
fucking, remember how we
Bro, I
talked
told
about
you the right
we
way
talked at the
media.
same talk last time, and I heard that country song that we were talking about, that fucking rich man from Richmond shit that you guys were mentioning. Heard that shit
Richmond.
right after the pause, and now I'm about to start seeing this political ass nigga everywhere now.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Right, it's the right wing media that I've been looking at. So I know, yeah, he's active. He exactly like Trump, but just, you know,
The
not
blueprint,
old
man.
as hell.
Trump laid
yeah.
down the blueprint.
Yeah. So we're gonna see a lot of copycats, especially because this man getting locked up, allegedly. Yeah. So, but all in all, I also want to say, because I've actually had, I've seen some people. Somebody shared. It's funny. I talk shit about my close friend's story like a couple weeks ago, but like, I actually had a friend share something really, really like, really personal. And I'm glad, like, you ever almost say something to somebody and you're glad you didn't? They shared a story. Yeah. They were really upset about something, like about a dude, you know, like a breakup that happened. They weren't like crying or whatever, but they were kind of like almost in hysterics. And I was getting ready to respond like, yo, this is like down horrendous, you know, but in my head I was just like, nah, what's the point? There's not another reason doing that. They actually like had like a I didn't do it. I'm like super glad I didn't, because like for me it's like playful, right? Like I didn't know, but like I didn't know that they were going through something like super tough when they shared their story, and the next day they deleted those stories, but then shared that they like had relapsed. And I was like, yo, like that's so like in my head, I was like, damn, I need to just stop fucking around with people. You know what I mean? Like in my head, because my first thought was to do it, and I'm glad I didn't, because I feel like it just would have made it kind of worse. But yeah, that was something that kind of like blew my mind a little bit. Like the fact that some people get really, really, really personal in the close. Like, you know me, I use it as like a kind of meme page, as a joke. You know, like the whole page kind of like the whole like close friends page is kind of like jokish and like more personal, but like not that personal. But I sometimes forget that some people actually use that for like, you know, you are a close friend, you know? So, yeah, I just want to like kind of say that to say that if you're listening, because this is a buddy of mine, I hope that you get through what you're getting through, what you're going through, and you know, stand with you. I'm sorry you're going through that. It's tough, you know. Like breakups are hard, man. Like people don't talk about that. Like sometimes that shit is hard, and sometimes it's like people don't realize. Like you might see it as something as like you'll get over it, but sometimes it's not always something that you know in the moment. You know, it's one of those things that you kind of like have to just go through it, especially if you were dating this person for a long time. You know, like breakups aren't as easy as people like to make it sound, and it's not as easy as just like finding somebody else, you know. So, you know, stand with you, and hope you get through that. But yeah, not to bring the vibe down, but that's something that I just like realized. Like it's one of those moments where I'm like, damn, I'm glad I didn't kick them while they were down. Yeah. You know, even if I thought it was like
way to catch yourself.
A joke. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm really starting to be more, and I was telling Had this the other day, like I really want to be more intentional with the things that I say. You know, like we play around on this pod, you know, just to make people laugh. Sometimes you just say things, but I'm starting to just be more intentional. Like even off pod, I'm like trying to be more intentional with the things that I'm saying. You know, words have weight. Even if it's on a podcast, even if we're here, we're messing around a lot of the times. We just want to make people laugh. We're trying to just like spark conversation. But for the most part, I am trying to be more intentional with things. So if I realize that, you know, I'm starting to be more intentional, it's not a bad change. It's a change that I'm making do for myself. Growing, good. You know, it's one of those things. Yeah. Thank you, man. So
it's beautiful, man.
Thank you. I hope to.
But also, fuck you niggas, because
you gonna say whatever the fuck you want.
NFL draft fantasy coming up. What was it? Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
I still gotta. I ain't gonna lie.
You still have to join the league.
I still got
the draft will not start.
No, please.
The draft will not start if you don't join the league.
I understand. I'm gonna do it literally as soon as we get off this call. Please resend the information for. I've been going through a lot. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right.
I've been going through a lot.
It's true, yeah.
But I'm gonna take care. To say the least, for sure. I'm gonna take care of that today. You know what I mean? Like we'll be done, and I'm letting ChatGPT draft my entire team, and it is what it is. My team is gonna be called Had GPT. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we rock.
Please figure out how we're gonna do this. I want to stream I want to make this happen. Like we should definitely.
I think
while we're doing this.
So how do y'all do it? Do y'all draft from your computers or from your phones?
Computer.
I usually do from my computer.
Desktop.
Okay, so then we can just be on the you know, like the FaceTime kind of deal from.
Go
the
get
app.
A wire for your camera, nigga.
Yeah, well, shit. It's only like because of the you know, they don't have them shits in stores, bro. I gotta go to Amazon. It is what it is.
Overnight that shit, nigga.
Either way, because we don't, we don't have to do the whole setup. You know what I mean? But yeah, we definitely want to kind of.
You definitely get that wire at Best Buy.
Yeah, for sure.
You serious?
What kind of USB wire does your camera take?
They have.
Oh yeah, get a USB to USB Mini. Or USB-C to USB Mini, whatever.
No. Well, I got a regular desktop, so it'd be USB-A. But I haven't seen a mini USB cable in 5 years. Yeah, right. This is not good content.
Yeah, let's get it. I'm definitely cutting this, but yeah, man. Can't wait to do that. Football is back. I had my first draft yesterday. I didn't look at my grade yet, but I think I did pretty good.
Is that the NFL draft?
It's the one of Yahoo drafts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in 4 fucking leagues this year, bro.
Yeah, no.
That's like my max.
Mine too.
My max was 3 last year. Now I'm in 4. I can't do any more. Like, this is it, bro. I gotta downsize next year.
Somebody keeps trying to invite me to a 16-man league, but I'm not doing. That's way too many bodies, bro.
Hell no, bro.
Fuck that.
12 is already like a lot.
I told him, bro, drop it to 12 and I'll consider it, but no, nigga.
Is it like full
you don't
leagues
even know
too?
16 niggas.
The draft that I did yesterday is
he
25
got, like,
players.
That's the thing.
Like defense, like 4 defensive players.
That's OD.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
OD.
lot, bro.
I can never do defense. The thing is, like, he'll do like 6 niggas that he knows, and then he'll just have random people fill in for the rest. That's not fun. I don't like playing with random niggas.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, I know another league. I didn't know that, but I told you, like, they have leagues where you can pick like 2 QBs. I would try that one year.
I've done that before. It's pretty cool.
I've never done it, but I told you that whole scandal that happened, that whole thing that happened last year. Friend of the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Went through that whole shit. But we got the best commissioner in the game right now, man. Shout out Gobbo. He's gonna be we're gonna be talking a lot of this pod's gonna be very, very sports-ish, for the next couple months. Y'all get ready.
Eagles gear is coming back.
Yeah.
Eagles gear will be back next episode.
Yeah.
My
So
might bring the fur out again.
My Jets team is finally fucking good, so I'm definitely gonna be repping the Jets.
Bro. I'm mad excited to see that.
Yeah. Man.
All right, but let's get up out of here, man. Wicked Radio. I'm just gonna get right into it, man. I'm not even gonna say what song it is. I just want y'all to hear it.
Really? Right. Italian flavors in my boots, they came from DM. Put my outfit in the mausoleum. Forever I be rocking till my jersey hanging in the Coliseum. I be in the guts, you in the DMs. Yelling free my niggas, give them freedom. They ain't in jail, they in record deals. It's independent shit, kinda show you how that leverage feel. Give you that big stepper feel. Hold up, it was a good day. Ice Cube banging on a roll up. Cake fill up, Cool J Dilla, flipping donuts, 28 grams, 420 short of a whole one. One bad purchase, a sabotage, your whole run. Let me take that Reggie off your hand, said no one. Trying to finesse the package, get you hit with a cold gun. Riding like Russell, hit my horn when the dough come. Irishman missions, keep a painter, the dome something. The team strong, tread light, put you on the plate. If the bread right, consignment had them like a deer in the headlights. But disappearing, they be at your crib at night. The team strong, tread light, put you on the plate. If the bread right, consignment had them like a deer in the headlights. But disappearing, they be at your crib at night.
I'm pulling up and I'm asking them what it is. Then clapping them in the side and fracture the nigga ribs. Taking trips to the base, sending packages to the crib. Send them back and flip them packs is exactly what I just did. I ran that shit up. Tread light, Supreme red Nikes, VS ice on my neck. You can tell with my bread light. You get your head in the vice, run that red light. Head on collision with extendo, ain't no fair fight. 100 carats independent for a fair price. Pointers in the Cartiers, major bitch stare twice. This Gary Payton and this blunt is to the face. I can go pull a few hundred out the safe, and that's thousands by the way. My cake piling by the way. Break down and selling weight. 8 pounds sell every day. 8,000 in the bank, stop that. 456 shot that. Changed the bank back to 1,000. Took a sip of my yak machine, nigga. I'm team.
Painted Houses by Smoke DZA, Conway the Machine, produced by none other than Flying Lotus. My man is back, man. He made a little EP with Smoke DZA. He got a couple features on there. There's another one on that tape with Black Thought that's on there. It's crazy, man. But it's really, really good. I hope he does this more, man. I love that. I love when producers do the whole choose one rapper, make a whole tape with them. I love that, man. I really love this like period that we're in right now where it's just like produced by this whole person, so hope he does it with somebody else. There's a couple other people I can see him doing this with that I'd be like, that'd be fire. So Painted Houses, Smoke DZA, Comedy Machine, and Flying Lotus. Yeah, go check that out.
For sure, definitely. All right, I got my guy, Teezo Touchdown, continuing to have an amazing 2023.
Let's go,
this
Teezo.
Time he comes with a single featuring Janelle Monae. I'm assuming he has an album coming out. He's been dropping a bunch of teasers on his Instagram lately. This one is called...
Wait.
What's up?
30-year-old touchdown, Teezo Touchdown, by the way. 30-year-old.
I didn't know he was 30.
30-year-old grown man, Teezo Touchdown.
With nails in his hair. But do your thing, my nigga. I fuck with you. Ride that shit, T. Perfect. Perfect.
This is Teezo Touchdown, Janelle Monae. You thought. Stupid.
I finally made drum major the way I play with the bands. You would've thought that I worked at the venue the way that I pack out the stands. You would've thought that I worked at the mall the way that my closet expands. You would've thought me and you was involved the way that you holding my hand. Yo, people probably think that we engage, how much you stay over my place. They probably think that I live in the cave the way that we stay out the way. You probably think that I live in the safe the way I make you feel safe. You probably think that my Wi-Fi not paid the way that I do not play. You would've thought I was Nicolas Cage the way that I do not play. You would've thought that I hated the stage the way that I do not play. You would've thought that the coach hated me the way that I do not play. You would've thought that she hated the place, how fast she's walking away. You would've thought she was a racer the way she's speeding. You would've thought that I was far away the way she keeps reaching. You would've thought that I was far away the way she keeps screaming. You would've thought she called me cheating, how fast she's leaving. You would've thought that we was moving, how fast she's packing. You would've thought someone yelled with how you're acting. You would've thought we were in Aspen, how cold your ass been. I would've thought that we could talk about whatever happened. I thought we were better than that. I thought we were better than that. Maybe I thought that I thought we were better than that. I thought we were better than that. You would think I learned a lesson that she keeps teaching. You would think we was on the same page, but I wasn't reading. You would think she had a choir the way she's preaching. Church say amen. You would think she showed me mercy the way I'm begging. Maybe I'll get down on both knees begging. You would think that she would turn around just for a second. I think I really heard it this time, and I think I'm gon' regret it. I thought we were better than that. I thought we were better than that. Maybe I thought that I thought we were better than that.
That boy is good, man.
Yeah, he be going crazy, bro. Cooking, man.
That was You Thought by the talented Teezo Touchdown featuring the beautiful Janelle Monae. Can't
Both
wait
of
for
them
an album.
have been pretty
You think he
good.
smashed?
Yeah.
You think she smashed, rather? I'm sure
She would.
Yes.
She'd smash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Pegged
sure.
his ass.
Probably.
Hey.
All right. So I actually forgot that quick.
Ride that shit, T. Sorry.
God damn. You know what? Your mind is a little, you know what I mean? But
My mind is exactly where it needs to be.
Anyway, so my favorite album that came out this weekend and the last few weeks was Burna Boy, I Told Them. Again, that guy's just really good. He's a craftsman when it comes to songs, production, vocal production, all that. So I'm playing the record that he released with J. Cole. I don't think it's a single. I think it's actually just on the project, but Cole has an incredible verse as well. So this is The Thanks I Get by Burna Boy featuring J. Cole.
Finish him. Is this the motherfucking thanks I get for making my people proud every chance I get? Yeah. It's okay, I get. Cold world. this night Jah no love. Only Jah know where it started from. Oluwa Burna still apply pressure. Sneak up on you on a silent one. Who be that person? I showed you how to really do this thing. Oluwa Burna not the blueprint of course. And I gave you Afrofusion. No words can describe all of my waka waka. No place I no go to. If it hurts you, I like this and they hustle. It could take your mind, but Allah, basa basa, Allah, sare sare, Allah, yamasa, Allah, Allah, Allah. You go there, this in I'm rough, Allah, basa basa, Allah, sare sare, Allah, yamasa, Allah, soro soro, Allah, Allah. Is this the motherfucking thanks I get? Too many people know they fear God. What you think he created hell for? Mankind so jealous. But in that no that they tell us. Well I mean famous. Oluwa Burna multi jealous. My fall is unheard of. Never hear them say I fell off. He could take your mind, Allah, basa basa, Allah, sare sare, Allah, yamasa, Allah, Allah. You go there, this in I'm rough, Allah, basa basa, Allah, sare sare, Allah, yamasa, Allah, soro soro, Allah, Allah. Is this the motherfucking thanks I get? You say my mama dance for fella. Say I no get baby mama. Say that I'm cancel again. You say I shoot person for Cubana. Because I want collect person woman. Is this the motherfucking thanks I get for making my people proud every chance I get?
Burna and me, been running the shit for eternity. I fathered a couple of styles, I take a paternity leave. Permanently, they hating, I'm brushing the dirt on my sleeve. Steadily talking M's to me, it's like I'm learning to read. Sounding it out, taking my time, counting it out slowly. Dust collecting on a rollie, me and these beats is holy. Matrimony, feeling like Axel Foley. In Beverly Hills, copping whatever I feel. Cole and Burna, Shaq and Kobe. Winning the ring, then we gon' repeat, then three-peat. Them nerds hate, they seek geeks. They peeping us on the low, we like a cheat sheet. Get paid for praises, I don't believe in free speech. I said it, I'm in no takebacks. I don't even need the receipt, so please miss me with the PC. I be in NYC on a bike with the hood up like I'm ETD. Rappers ain't like me, I'm knee deep in the concrete, forever cemented. Don't you ever forget it.
He could take your mind, Allah, basa basa, Allah.
Word, Burna Boy, thanks, featuring J. Cole off the I Told Them album. Great album, by the way.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, I listened to the album. I definitely think that I actually like that track a little bit more. Again, this goes to say, even though like we are in sample hell, that song with him and 21 Savage that samples the top of the way, on top of the way, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Sure.
That song hits a little better like on this album. And also in like when you're out too, that shit it goes.
I like that Burna's really trying to
that
do.
shit's gonna go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I like that Burna's really trying to expand what Afrobeat is. His production is not the typical. You know how like it's the same thing with like drill and like trap. It's the same hi-hats. It's the same snare. You know, on every single record, they might change up the sample. They might change up the instruments, but it's basically the same foundation. He's really trying to expand what Afrobeat is, and you know, I just appreciate that. And he's honestly him taking from Western music is new. Is probably new and different for what Afrobeat is, as opposed to, you know, what we consider, you know, because again, that's just not very heavy in Afrobeat. So
yeah, but shout out Burna Boy. And like lastly, shout out Cole too. He's having a pretty good year in terms of features. I definitely was talking about this with somebody. I probably will go to Cole's next tour. Like when he drops his next album, I'll probably end up going to that too. Because I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be his last album, right? Didn't he announce that like the fall off? Like somebody was telling me that his next album might be his last. So knowing that might be something that I'd want to explore.
Yeah.
So
it might be the last time we see him for a while. I'm sure he'll be on the road again at some point in his career, but He's probably gonna take a long absence from being on the road for a minute.
For sure.
After this next one.
Yeah. So whenever that drops, I'll be there. But yo, thank y'all for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks, but for patrons, we'll be here very soon. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to see us. We got some things to finish up in terms of the Letter League, but also just like the draft and other things that we decided to do in our absence. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. To the listeners, if y'all want to become a patron, patreon.com/because we are a podcast. Even if you do miss us, there's a lot of stuff on there that you can go back to and watch and listen to that we've put out for y'all. So miss us when we go on, but we'll be back very, very soon. And yeah, thank y'all for listening and watching and all that good stuff. We love you.
We love you, cousins.
Take care. Yeah, the cousins. Yeah, become a big cousin, and real cousins. We out here. So thank y'all. I'm Trendalas with my boy at Gobbo _ South Beach Gobbo, and I call me Hod is in the building. Damn, all the cameras off now.
Yeah, I can't aim either.
We die together.
I can't see me.
Yeah, my camera died.
Yeah, we die together. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, thank y'all for listening. We'll be back soon. Peace.
Deuces.